Well, always love having some fun here in the radio studio. So we've got a new theme song. Travis Robinson is with us. Not going to be coaching us. Well, maybe he'll coach us today.
Sure. I coach on some health insurance, so always exciting stuff, right?
You know something? I went to the local saloon yesterday, and that was the top topic in the whole place.
Oh, I'm sure.
Health insurance.
I'm sure, yeah.
No one wanted to talk about football, especially out here when we're USC fans.
Yeah.
But we wanted to talk about group health insurance.
Right, right.
But I guess some people have to do it, right?
It is what it is.
Travis Robinson, Maxwell Agency. So, you know, Travis, you've come in several times, and I never asked you a simple question.
Shoot.
What got you into this line of work?
Coaching or employee benefits?
Employee benefits. Let's start with that, and then we'll go to coaching.
Yeah, no, employee benefits. It was just a matter of sales. My dad was always in sales and was able to make all of my sporting events and everything. So when I had to make a life decision or important decision on what I wanted to do, I got into sales because it allowed me to have flexibility to be able to coach, to be able to go to my kids' sporting events. And I found out that I was pretty good at it.
So you like doing it?
I do. It's great.
And it gives you the opportunity. So do you get to your kids' sporting events now, or are you busy coaching?
Well, I do both. So I'm able to coach, and then my son plays baseball at Brea Olinda. So I'm able to make 90% of his games.
You'll be the next Cole Garrett or whatever.
Yeah, hopefully.
then you can retire.
No, who just signed this morning for $630 million? Aaron Judge.
360.
Yeah.
You dyslexic or what?
Yeah, I am. I
didn't know that. My son is too.
I was watching the sports something, and I was watching. So I told him before he went to school. I said, "That's what we're shooting for right there, buddy."
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad way to go. I mean everybody has to have goals, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you decided on sales. So what particularly brought you to group health?
I don't really remember, to be honest with you. Well, I got into life insurance, selling life insurance, and life insurance is more your and financial planning was kind of the goal.
Okay.
And then kind of getting more into it. Life insurance, you get paid when you make a sale. With the group health insurance, and we're very honest with our clients about this, is we get paid every month. Every time they write a check to pay their insurance, we get paid on that. So that's one of the reasons we do so much for our clients, is because they're paying us once a month, or they're paying their insurance carrier, and then we get a commission from that. So helping business owners kind of navigate this world, and working with small business owners is fun. I enjoy it.
Okay, and I'm going to put you on the spot here because we don't even plan our shows.
Right.
What's your most favorite case that you've ever dealt with? Trying to work with a company or solving a company's dilemma or situation.
Sure. Yeah, there's a manufacturer in Orange County. He had about 35 employees, and it was just him, and he was doing all sorts of stuff. And he's good at manufacturing parts, right? But he's not necessarily good at, finding the best deal for his employees or staying in compliance, right? So there's a ton of compliance issues now that we helped this business owner. And if he was facing an audit, we came in and we cleaned up his books. We made sure he was in compliance with employee handbooks, sexual harassment training, ACA compliance, which saved him a ton of money in penalties. So that was one that really
makes you feel good.
Him. Yeah, well, I mean, we helped him. If he got hit with the fines that it could have put him out of business. So making sure that these business owners are in compliance and they're able to do what they're good at, and let us handle all that boring but important stuff.
And that's a fascinating part, because so many people get into business, and they got into business because they liked whatever, right? They liked doing building airplane parts,
Sure.
or they liked selling cars, or they liked building houses,
Right?
And they were good at building airplane parts or selling cars or houses or boats or whatever, but they didn't realize, especially in California, there's so much regulation that you could be so far out of compliance and have no clue that you're out of compliance.
There's a ton of compliance, but once you reach 5 to 6 employees, then you have to start really
5 or 6.
Yeah, I mean, 401k, sexual harassment training, those all thresholds hit about 5 employees. So there's a ton of stuff that
So you could be a almost a solopreneur, right? You could be well, I just had in here recently a family law attorney,
mhm.
right? So she's got herself, she's got a receptionist, she's got a couple paralegals,
Yep.
a secretary, and now she's got to be talking to you.
She should be. Yeah, if she wants to stay in compliance, absolutely.
Right,
And,
I mean-
and save money, right? So the biggest thing we do is help people save money. And they'll never get a bill from my office. We do not bill them. Like I said, they pay their health insurance bill once a month. We get a commission for that. So that's why we do all this stuff, because we're getting something from them once a month. We want to return the favor.
And so now commissions and didn't even plan on going down this world.
Sure.
But commissions in insurance are pretty much regulated, aren't they?
Yeah, by the state of California.
Regulated by the state of California.
Yeah.
So basically, the way that you guys are looking at it and saying, okay, they say we get X, but as part of our business model, we want to say, okay, we're gonna spend that X portion of it's going right back to our clients to do all these other events for them.
Right. So that's maybe what differentiates us from other brokers, is that we put that money back into our clients and we make sure that they're in compliance, or that their employee handbooks are updated and paperless. And, there's a lot of stuff that we do to give back. So that's what makes us different, for sure.
And it's a big issue because, when you really think about it, what does employee handbooks have to do with health insurance? Other than that, there's a that you probably have to offer it, I guess, in the state of California, but it's really they're not really. You'd think that they'd be two different areas, but you guys have kind of merged them because of the way you want your business model of giving back.
Right. Well, we want our clients or our business owners to come to us for anything related to employees. So we don't do employee handbooks, but we pay to have them done. So
You're not the legal department, but
absolutely not. No,
right.
No, but
because I did have somebody just the other day that called me and they had some real estate questions.
Yeah.
And you have to be very, very candid with people that, hey, I can tell you from a legal standpoint, I can tell you what I would do and what my beliefs are.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is call an attorney.
for sure. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm not an expert, but I know a lot of experts.
I know the experts. Right. So if you want an expert, call Travis, and he's not going to be the expert. He's going to tell you who to talk to. And I say the same thing, right? I've told you many times, I don't give legal advice on Ron Siegel Radio, but if you need legal advice, give me a call.
Yes.
And I'll put you in touch with somebody that'll give you legal advice. Right. Continue our conversation. Travis Robinson is with us. Maxwell Agency. Is that the right?
That's right. Yep.
Got a memory. Every once in a while, I remember some of these things correctly. So we're talking about group health, and I guess you guys got to change a little. It's because I always say group health. It's really group health and benefits.
Employee benefits.
Employee benefits.
Yeah, group health insurance. It's all the same, and that's really what we specialize is we offer all these other added things, but saving business owners money, and we're doing that quite a bit right now in the fourth quarter. Anyone that's with Blue Shield, we've got other carriers that are coming in 10 to 20% cheaper monthly, which is saving quite a bit of money for business owners and the employees.
So I got an idea for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do this already. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But we get a lot of folks coming on visiting us on Ron Siegel Radio. Mm-hmm. And my son works for a Fortune 100 company. And I get this, 70-page PDF file of all of the different community discounts he gets.
Discount. Okay.
So Apple gives them a discount, or Regal Theaters gives them a discount, right. Or, we were just talking at dinner the other night. Wouldn't that be fun to offer that as a benefit to all of your employees? Yeah.
There's a lot of wellness programs out there that offer discounts or things to employees, and we do that as well. It's not my company, but we can roll that in for a lot of larger companies like that, where they give discounts and certain things to their employees, for sure.
My son gets a discount on his shoes.
Wow.
He walks 15,000 steps, 16,000 steps every day. So but I mean, it's just a thought.
For sure.
It'd be fun, brainstorming on air. You want to listen to us brainstorm? That'd be fun for me to have one of my team work with that and see if we can put together something like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So are you, I think last time you were in, you said that you're basically your new, what is it? Re-enrollment?
Open enrollment.
Open enrollment.
Open enrollment. So fourth quarter, about 80% of businesses in California have open enrollment, and that's when most business owners like to take a look at their benefits, or they get their renewals, right? So hey, you're going to get a 15% rate increase, if you're with this carrier on this plan. So what we do is we take an employee census, which is employees' name, date of birth, zip code, and independence, and then we run
And independence?
independence, right? You want not dependence.
Dependence.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry. Dependence. So any dependents you have on the plan, and then we'll take that and we'll compare apples to apples. So whatever plan you're currently on, we'll take a look at other carriers, and rates are regulated by the state of California. So
that's how you save them money, is
Yeah.
because of your. So you do the similar. I tell people that with our lending team, you can kind of look at us as being your personal shopper.
Yep.
You're a personal shopper.
yes, so
You just don't do it at Nordstrom.
Well, we're a broker, so we're contracted with every carrier, so we can take exactly what plan they're on and see what they're currently paying, and we can compare that apples to apples to other carriers and other plans. So a lot of times we can even beat their co-pays or office visits or prescription drugs. We can show them, this is what you're paying. This is what, if you switch carriers, if you come off of Blue Shield and go to another carrier, we can save you this much money.
Thankfully, Blue Shield is not a sponsor of this radio show.
Well, Blue Shield was very, very popular the last 2 years. They had very good products, and they still do. I mean, I personally have them. So it just depends on what hospitals they contract with, but other carriers are coming in very competitive.
So the fascinating thing, from what if I'm understanding correctly, is we look at, when leading a lending team, we understand that certain times, certain companies want certain business. Right. So sometimes a investor wants self-employed people, so they're going to price aggressively for self-employed, but they don't want government loans, so they're less aggressive there.
Right.
You might be seeing the same thing, and we have to understand that as a personal shopper in a lending company.
Correct.
You're basically doing the same thing from the insurance side. They're saying, okay, the last 2 years, company X wanted to increase market share, so they're going to price aggressively.
Yes, absolutely.
Assuming that you're not going to be smart enough to shop around next year, and you're just going to renew, and they're going to give jack up prices.
Right. Well, it's up to their broker to really come in and educate the business owners and say, hey, we're seeing better prices, better plans with this carrier. Or often the last 2 years during COVID, we didn't see a lot of rate increases, so carriers were being very staying kind of level.
Sure.
Not getting.
They didn't want to look and say, yeah, there's a lot of people getting COVID, and we're going to charge more money.
Right.
Wouldn't look very good.
But now we're seeing bigger rate increases, and other carriers are coming in more competitive. So we're seeing a lot of business owners save some money and move carriers.
So when we come back, I want to talk to you about, is it too late now to be changing? We'll talk about that when we come back. Continue our conversation. Travis Robinson is with us, Maxwell Agency. They handle, no, they're not a talent scout firm. Not even a athletic agency.
No way.
No, you're not going to be the next Lee Steinberg, I guess.
Absolutely not.
So, in that segment, we were talking about open enrollment. So, do you guys just go on vacation for the next 9 months, or?
No, a lot of businesses are renewing now, but if you have employee benefits or group health insurance, you're in a contract with that carrier, but that contract's kind of one-sided. That means your rates are locked in for a year, but you can switch insurance any time of the year. It just has to be on the first of the month. So,
okay.
Yeah, so if you renew and you renewed already, but say you got hit with a rate increase and your broker didn't bring you options, we can record it now and we can change it January, February, March. We can do that for you.
Is
time of the year.
there separate plans? So if you're quoting me a program and you're coming in 10 or 15% cheaper, does that mean I'm getting less benefit?
No, you can look at networks. There's bigger networks and smaller networks. And if all of your doctors are on a smaller network, that can be 10 to 20% cheaper. So we'll do a doctor search for you and say, hey, if all of your doctors are within this network, then let's go to this smaller network and save you that 20%. If you have one doctor that's out of that network, then we'll put you on a larger network plan, so that you don't miss. There's no doctor interruption. There's no plan interruption. if you switch carriers. We can make sure that every doctor you have is within the correct network.
All you have to do is give them a copy of the new card.
Yep, correct. Yeah, there shouldn't be any interruption.
New enrollment card.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple stuff.
And we do a lot. Well, it can take a lot of work, but we'll do all that for you. If you have medications or you have a procedure coming up, we can get pre-authorization. So if you hit the first of the month, everything's pre-authorized. Your medications are approved with that new carrier. So because some people experience headaches, but we do a pretty good job of making sure that you don't experience that.
So it's obviously going to be driven by some decision maker, right? I mean, because you're not going to be able to look, if I've got a company of 20, the likelihood of us all having the exact same primary care doctor is going to be pretty slim.
Correct.
Right? So does the rank and file have any voice in this, or is it just whoever the decision maker is, or the owner of the company, or principal? How does that work?
Well, we will meet with the owner and we'll go through quotes and options, but then we also sit down with every single employee and talk to them and say, tell us what doctors you have, what doctors you need to see, and then we make sure that they're educated and that they know which plan that they should go to. So yeah, we sit down with every single employee and talk to them, and so they're educated in their decision.
About I'm guessing somewhere around 20 years ago, I used to have a group plan that we used, and I don't even know if this is still available even anymore. So there was one I think I had like 8 or 9 different choices. And as a company, what we were able to do is say, okay, we're going to give you X dollars, and you can go to any one of those companies that you want to go to.
Well, not really, because if your employer offers Blue Shield, then we can write Blue Shield along. You can do a wrap, so you can offer Blue Shield and Kaiser together. So you can offer different carriers, but it's got to be contracted. So you can't do Blue Shield and Anthem.
Okay.
But you can do a wrap with Kaiser. Kaiser will work with just about anybody. Just because, Kaiser is very popular in Southern California. So
because they're too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's a whole difference. We can do a whole show when you're not here, Travis. I don't think you want to be here if I get on a rant on that Kaiser.
Right. No.
But the bottom line is, okay, so it's not like you just say, okay, there's 8 carriers. I don't even remember the name. There was a company, it was in Orange, I think, that they as a company, I could go and just say, okay, we're going to offer this.
That's Cal
package.
Choice.
Is that what that is?
Cal Choice. So yes, Cal Choice offers multiple carriers under one umbrella, and you can choose those carriers, and then you're as an employee, you just get one bill, but your employees can choose a couple different carriers, and we're contracted with Cal Choice as well. They do a great job.
So why would I not want that for my employees? Is that an expensive option?
No, the rates are the same. At California, your insurance is based off of your age and your home zip code, period. So
okay,
it's just there's more options. Maybe some people don't know about Cal Choice. Maybe their current brokers aren't educating them on that. But we quote everybody and bring back your current plan with other options. And hey, we can save you money. We can increase we can make your plan better and save you money at the same time. So it just depends on what your broker's doing for you.
So yeah, and that's a big issue right there, because I remember going through this many, many times, because we had our own businesses for decades, and I think I had hair when I started going through this stuff, because it could you do. Yeah, now that you understand more, but you have less hair than I do.
Yeah.
But I mean it's unless you have somebody really, really educated, it can be really confusing.
Well, and I have an awesome team behind me, so
so you don't have to be educated.
I'm not educated at all.
Okay, so
but I have people that I work with that are amazing and that do a great job, and so it makes my life much easier, obviously.
And that's the key thing to almost everything. And I guess most entrepreneurs would have a much more enjoyable life if they followed that same thing and said, something, I want to hire the best people I can to be behind me doing things that they're smarter than me at.
Right. Well, you shouldn't have to be on hold with one of these carriers for 45 minutes. Let us do that for you, right? You've got other business owners have other things to do.
You probably got more clout with them than I do.
Not really. We get paid to sit on hold. So, if that's what it takes to fix an issue, then that's what we'll do.
And so you're basically educators and service.
100%.
It's fascinating when you listen, because I mean, like I say, I haven't dealt in this world for several years, but I used to,
Right.
and it's just amazing. I mean, it was like we used to always look at it as a nightmare.
It can be. It definitely can be, and people don't really want to deal with it until there's an issue, right? Or
even as an employee going through enrollment,
right.
you look at it and say, why do I have to do this? I mean, I just did it for my son,
Mm-hmm.
and we just did this last year. Why nothing's changed? The only thing that's different is he's a year older.
Well, so your rates go up, and a lot of times your plans will change, and maybe not drastically, but there will be small changes that you need to know about. So, and that's what we do is we sit down with all the employees, we educate them.
I don't think his company would sit down with all of them.
Well, yeah, probably.
It's probably a couple 100,000 people.
I mean, a lot of brokers don't, and a lot of
So you guys are doing that with the what's your sweet spot as far as clients?
We work anywhere from 2 employees, and our biggest is 500 employees. But I would say our sweet spot is blue collar manufacturers, 20 to 100 employees.
20 to 100.
20 to 100 is where we can really make a big difference for a business owner.
If you're a business owner or you work for one that has 20 to 100 employees, give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Not that I know about this stuff, but I know Travis's number, and I'll put you in touch.